Grab a beer and pull up a chair. Welcome to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. This is Mike, the Northwoods Beer Guy, and today I am joined by my brother, Brian, the mad scientist of brewing. Hey, how's it going, Brian?
Pretty good.
Good. Hey, we are down in Warrensburg, Missouri, and we are at Checkers Tavern. And we are here because they have a brewery in Warrensburg that the brewery itself is not. They don't have a facility yet, so to speak. They're working on it, but they have their beers on tap. So we're going to try a flight of Mule Barn Brewing. And so you're going to hear some music in the background. They're warming up for the band to start playing. So we're going to try and knock this out as quickly as we can. But we have 4 beers today, Brian. What do we got?
We have a Lemon Shandy, an Old Drum Pale Ale, a Depot Street Lager, and the Intergalactic Voyager.
And I think that's a double hazy IPA, if I remember right.
It looks like one.
So, okay. Well, let me take a picture of the flight before we get started. So, I guess which one do we want to start with? Let's get the Shandy out of the way.
Let's start with the Shandy.
So it definitely looks like a Shandy, very light colored, and it says it's a Lemon Shandy. Now, like I said, I've had a couple of beers from Mule Barn Brewing before. We were here for a festival they were having in town, and they had a pop-up going. They had a couple of different ones, and these were not any of those. So it'll be interesting here to see. And like I said, if you go on Facebook, they are working on a building here in Warrensburg, but it's not. It sounds like it needs a lot of work. You see, lemony,
But at the same time, it's not as acidic as some of the Shandy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Shandy guy, but it's not bad, you know. It's kind of one of those things that, it wouldn't be too bad. I wouldn't drink a lot of it, though. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we have a band play, so it's pretty loud in here right now, so I do apologize. What are you thinking for a score on that bad boy?
I'm not a big Shandy lover, so I would say I would give it probably a 2-4, which is high for a Shandy for me.
I was gonna say, I was thinking like a 2-2, 2-3. I mean, it's not offensive, but it's...
No, they did a good job on it. It's got decent flavor, and it's not over... Not real strong with the citrus like some of them are.
I mean, it's... I wouldn't drink a lot of it myself. Well, the next one we're going to try here is Old Drum Pale Ale.
That's a pretty good pale ale. I like that one. It's lighter, got a real clean finish.
Yeah, definitely.
Not overly hoppy. It's a good beer.
Yeah, I would say I was expecting it to be a little hoppier, but it's not bad. That's not bad at all. So that's, like I said, it's got a little bit of I don't want to say funky taste to it, but there's just a little hint of something. Maybe it's still that Shandy stuck in my mouth.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. Boy,
it's definitely better than the Shandy. Yes, I mean,
besides, ladies and gentlemen, besides our group of 9, 10,
yep,
there's another group of maybe 7, and it's really loud.
Yep.
You know, so. Well, yeah, this is Old Drum Pale Ale. Yeah, I don't mind. I like this better than the Shandy for sure.
Yeah, I would.
So I'm thinking like a 2.7.
I was gonna say a 2.8. Yeah.
So yeah, that wasn't too bad.
No, that was. I like that one a lot more than the Shandy, but I'm not a Shandy lover.
Right. All right, so we're going to try the next one, which is their Depot Street Lager. Looks very clean, like a lager.
Yep.
You know, aroma-wise smells like a lager.
It's your typical American lager.
It almost has a
little grainy type flavor to it.
A what?
A little grainy type flavor to it.
Yep, that's what I'm tasting. A grainy type flavor. I mean, it's not bad, but it's It's kind of plain
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
got high hopes for the Voyager.
Yeah. I mean, I would drink this more than the Shandy for sure, but it definitely has room to work.
It's one that the Natty Light drinkers might really like.
There you go. Yes, the Natty Light drinkers. You know who you are. So what kind of stuff are you working on lately here?
I did right before we come out here, I did a double chocolate oatmeal stout.
Ooh.
Should come in around 7% ABV. And then I also did our Breakfast of Champions.
And that's another stout, right?
Yeah, that's let's call it like a cereal stout. It's a chocolate peanut butter stout that's made with Reese's Puff cereal.
Okay. So it has kind of a
peanut butter aftertaste.
Okay, nice. That'll work.
Well, this is like you said, a pretty nondescript lager where I'm thinking like a 2.4 for a
2.4. I was going to say 2.4, 2.5, somewhere in there. It's not terrible by any means, but it's definitely it could improve a little bit.
Yep.
All right. Well, the fourth and final one we have is our Intergalactic Voyager, and if I remember right, it said it's a double hazy IPA, and I can't remember if it was 9% or something like that. I believe it said.
Oh, nice.
So it definitely looks like orange juice. Looking at it, the aroma smells good. For a hazy, it's got a kind of a sharper or almost a little bit harsher flavor than I'm used to.
Not as citrusy as they normally are in hazies.
Yeah, I'm not getting that. It looks like it should look, but
I'm going to guess they use Galaxy hops for one of the hops.
I'm guessing Intergalactic is probably Galaxy.
There's probably some Mosaic, some Galaxy, and I'm guessing that little bit of after bite probably is coming from the Galaxy hops.
Interesting. I don't know. I had higher hopes for it than what I'm probably going to give it. I'm thinking right now I'm probably at like a 2.6 maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking 2.7.
Like I said, I thought this was going to be the one. So those are the four they had here on tap. I do apologize again for the noise. We'll probably try maybe a few other beers here, so we'll make this a little bit longer, and it'll be other breweries and such. But from Mule Barn, I think the top one was probably the old drum pale ale. I think was probably the top one. So I mean, and I look forward to seeing when they get their brewery done and see what else they can do. It's a newer place. And like I said, if you're in Warrensburg, you can go to Checkers Tavern and they have them on tap. You can get flights and such here for that. So,
it's a neat place. Pretty small tap room right now. Got big windows that are opened up, so it's open to the outside. Live music.
Yes, loud live music. But it'll be fun. So we will continue on, and we'll see what else they have, and we'll try some other ones, and we'll check back in later. So, Brian, you went up to the bar and brought back a darker beer, and now what did you bring back?
So one of their beers ran out, so they put a coconut porter on tap.
And this was by
Mule Barn.
Mule Barn as well. Okay, so we have not tried this yet. It looks promising because it's dark. So. Aroma-wise, I mean, it's not a lot of aroma to it, but...
No, I get some coconut in the aroma, though.
Ooh. There's coconut in that.
Yes.
I would definitely say, in my opinion, that's the best Mule Barn beer we tried tonight.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they use... I looked into a coconut puree you can buy at one time, and it tasted just like Mounds candy bar or coconut.
Oh, really?
And I'm pretty sure that's what they used here, but it
like
goes really good. What's that?
They use like a puree, you're saying?
Yeah. Yep. It's a blended up puree of coconut.
I wonder if that's because we made pina coladas and they had a coconut puree and they tasted really good.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's similar. It almost looked like sweetened condensed milk.
Yep.
Kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, for the Mule Barn Brewing, this is the best beer that we had tonight.
Yes, this is the best one of the night here. I'm really glad it went on while we were here.
Yeah. What are the odds that they ran out of something and they put a good one on, a really good one on?
Yeah.
I mean, score-wise, what are you thinking?
I would give it a 3-4.
I'd agree. I think this is really good. I'd go with 3.4. The coconut is always one of those things where it's super touchy. It's either way too much or not enough. And this is almost on the verge of being the right amount.
Yep.
And you don't really, you get the porter flavor, but it's not like, you don't get a lot like that, the roasted malt.
Right. You don't get the porter bite.
Right.
But you do get a really good coconut aftertaste to it.
I would agree. So yeah, this is good. I'm impressed. I'm glad they put it on tap and we tried it.
Yep, good job, guys.
There you go. Keep on going there, Mule Barn Brewing. Hopefully, next time we come down, they'll have their actual tap room and brewery open so we can check it out. But I think this shows promise. I'm happy with this one.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, so we are back at Checkers Tavern. The band took a break here, getting ready. So we got 3 cans of beer we're going to try. We got 2 that are brown ales and 1 that's an American IPA. So the first one is by Civil. Oh, jeez. And then I spilled it. Wouldn't you know? It's called what, Brian? Civil Life?
Civil Life Brewing Company.
Okay.
Be Civil, it says.
Be Civil, and it's an American brown ale. And I don't know, does it say where they're out of? Here, you can read that little description thing there on the back of the can.
This beer's rich malt notes of bittersweet cocoa and roasted coffee are artfully balanced with a judicious dose of American hops.
Ooh.
But I don't see where they're out of.
That's not bad. I mean, that's got a pretty good flavor for a brown ale.
Yeah, it does. It's got a lot of chocolate notes to it, which I'm guessing are from if they added cocoa into it.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that. Civil Life Brewing Company, Be Civil.
That's a good brown ale.
That's good. I like this.
A lot of brown ales don't have that much flavor.
Right. I was going to say, usually a brown ale, if it's got a lot of flavor, it's because they added like hazelnut or something to it. They got some kind of adjunct to it.
Yep.
This one I don't think does, but it's got a really pretty good flavor. Yeah, this is definitely...
I would definitely get more of that.
Yeah, that's a good... Like I said, I'll look up and see where Civil Life is out of, but that's a good beer. I like that.
Yep.
Score-wise?
I'll give it I do a 3-3.
I was going to say, I'll do the same. I think that's good. It's got just the right amount of the toasted flavor. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
It doesn't have, it's not like some of the porters where you get that real burnt flavor to it. You know what I mean?
They should be a little mellower than the porters and stouts.
Right.
But I'm just surprised at how much flavor it has.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty crazy. I'm like, wow. I'm surprised. Well, the next one we have is from Logboat Brewing Company, and this is their
Mammoth,
and it has a mammoth on the front.
A mild brown ale.
Does it say ABV on it at all? I'm trying to see on this. The first one we had, I don't see it listed on there.
This one is 4%.
Oh, so it's pretty mellow.
Yep.
Let me see. Does it have any kind of literature on it? The brown ale's laid back little brother. The perfect breakfast beer. This brew is mahogany colored and full flavored despite the relatively light ABV.
So
is what it says.
They got the color right.
Yeah.
There's not much flavor to it.
I was going to say just the aroma. There's not a whole lot of aroma.
No.
Boy, that's a bummer.
Yeah. After we should have had that one.
We should have
first.
had that. I tried to keep them together because the last two are from the same brewery. But boy, the first one has way more flavor.
Yes, that's
wow. This is it's not bad. I mean, this would be like an introductory if you've never had a brown ale before. You could drink it.
Yep.
You know, but you're not going to get a lot of flavor out of it.
No, it is night and day different between this one and the first one.
Yeah, I mean, score-wise, boy, I'm thinking on this one is like a 2-3, maybe even a 2.0. Maybe.
I was going to say 2.2, you know.
I mean, it's not offensive, but there's just nothing there.
Yep.
You know, so.
Yes, that's.
What a bummer. So that's kind of making me a little concerned about this last one. So this is by the same Logboat Brewing, and this is their Snapper American IPA, and this has a big snapping turtle on the can. And it's now this one is 7.2%, and it says, well, let me pour some into my glass here because I'm trying to read the side of it. It says, Snapper is an easy-drinking, dry-hopped American IPA brewed with 4 varieties of American hops. Volume all the way up, turtles all the way down. Whatever that means. Okay, tell me about the aroma on that one. I'm saying not much.
No.
I mean, it's got head on it.
I'm getting some sweet, little bit. It smells like there's a little malt in it where it's a little sweeter.
Yeah.
Not overly bitter.
No.
It could be a little more bitter.
It doesn't taste like 7.2%. It's pretty mellow.
Yeah.
But the flavor is like mellow. Like there's not much there.
It says we're supposed to be able to get pineapple, peach, and melon flavored from the hops, but I'm not getting any of
let's
that.
try it again. I don't taste anything like that at all. Do you?
No. I am getting some citrus. Maybe like the pineapple, but that's kind of stretching it.
Maybe, but it's super faint.
Yeah.
I'm not really even getting much for a hop flavor.
No.
I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe if I don't know. I've had a lot. We've both had a lot of different IPAs, a lot of different brown ales. You've brewed IPAs on brown ales. Like I said, these last two they just seem like they're lacking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they need something. So
yeah, that's disappointing. I was hoping for a little bit more on this one.
I was expecting hops on this last one.
It's not a bad beer.
No.
Like
somebody that's never had an IPA, you could drink.
Oh yes, yes. If people say they won't try IPAs because they're always bitter, have them try this beer.
Yeah,
because there's no bitterness
it's
at all.
Very mellow. You're not going to taste a big hop bite to it. But for you and I, that I would like to consider us to be a little more experienced in craft beer. It leaves me wanting more. Like you taste it and you're like, okay, there should be more. Especially when on the literature it's talking about 4 different varieties of hops and things like typically a brewery, in my experience, if a brewery is kind of drawing attention to that, it should be like a bigger flavor. You know, and this one is just not.
There's nothing. You don't get any. Can't pick out any of the hops.
No, and that is a bummer.
Yep. I gotta say a 2.5.
I'm sticking.
That one.
I'm gonna go with like a. Oh jeez. I'd like to go with 2.5, like just average, but I don't. I'm gonna go with 2.4, just because I wish there was more.
Yep.
I really wish there was more.
But yeah, for anybody out there that doesn't like IPAs because they're bitter, go ahead and try this Logboat Brewing Snapper. It's you could be able. It's not an offensive beer. It's just like for an IPA, it's not hoppy at all.
Yep, exactly. So, all right. Well, hey, there's 3 more from Checkers Tavern. We will check back later if we try some more. We're going to see what else they have. Otherwise, we're going to finish these, and then we'll see how the band is going, and we'll check in. So if we don't get back with you, I just wanted to say, like we always say, keep your campfires warm.
And your beer's always cold.
All right, talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. If you have a question, a comment,
or a beer you'd like us to review, please feel free to send us a message at northwoodsbeerguy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on Untappd, look up Northwoods Beer Guy and send a friend request. Until next week, I hope all your campfires are warm and all your beer is cold.